At the moment, I could only feel the hurt, but I refuse to believe that you mean any harm by it. You just want me to be the best version of me, and this is how you know how.
My friend accepts me to the degree I bring assets to the table. I'll be the shoulder to lean on. I'll make sure you have a good time tonight. I'm talking to filet mignon with the red wine sauce on top, covered with talks that feed our soul.
But damn me for not making this your birthday dinner. Life happened. I fell into the expensive lifestyle that spiraled me into the drug of instant yet temporary gratification. Now, I don't have anything going for myself. At least not anything worth posting on your Instagram story. Damn me for fall. The kid who dropped out of college to pursue a dream that didn't align with his parents. The kid who revealed she's pregnant to the guy her family disapproves of.
She's so young.
Her life is over. Damn me and my kids. The kid who did everything to defy the system. Finished school, secured him a family. Hey, now he's considered amongst the wealthy. But wait.
You forgot where you came from.
Hey cousin, remember me?
Damn me for feeling the need to protect my inheritance. If I'm nice enough, they'll love me back. Maybe. If I'm cool enough, they'll hang with me. Hopefully. If I'm pretty enough, they'll show me off. Perhaps. Or perhaps I'll never be enough. I'm the kid whose traumas are the lens to my life. Hearing I love you triggers me because, what do you mean by that? You figured on the condition of us being in love, I'd give you access to my body. On the conditions of you providing for me, that I give you my purpose, calling, and dream, that you can live through me. I was good for your image. Perhaps I'll never be enough. Maybe not enough, but hopefully good enough that my broken pieces fit the aesthetic of your feet. Perhaps never complete, but enough. Enough to sustain the conditions to my love. Okay, so that was one of my journal entries that I did a few months back. And I feel like that's something worth talking about. It's a journal entry and it's supposed to be like raw. But I cut some parts out for the sake of the video and the sake of privacy. And yeah, not wanting to do too much. What really triggered it and allowed me to write all of that in one sitting and just be able to pour out my heart in the manner that I did is because I just felt like I really needed a community of people to be around. Like I really needed that shoulder to lean on. I really needed someone to just confide in, be comforted by. I really need someone to be comforted by. I really needed like that friend to be like, you know what, we're not finna sit and solve today. Like we just gonna go out, we're gonna do X, Y, Z to get our minds off of things. And this is how I felt at the moment. The people at that time I feel like were either negligent, too caught up in what they had going on, or just didn't care. So I was like, and I'm not gonna lie, I tried to wing it out. I was like, yeah, they going through some things, or I'm not their problem type of thing. But at the same time, a part of being a friend and being able to hold people accountable is when y'all say you want to be friends with somebody, or when you say, like, when you're putting yourself in position and claiming the title, you have to upkeep that. Like, that's just part of the deal. Like, if you say you want to be somebody's friend, be their friend. I don't agree with the whole social media stigma, like, oh, I could not talk to my friend for 20 years, but when we link back up, we gon' right where we left off. I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. In the midst of those 20 years, whether life happened or whatever, and you got going through some stuff, you still have to have some sort of awareness of what's going on with your friend. Why? Because that's your friend. Like, that's just the role that you play. You ain't gotta be up under them all the time. You ain't gotta, like, talk to them like every day. Maybe time is not allowing for that. But what I am saying is that you gotta know a little something. Like, if you follow them on Instagram, engage with their content. Like, what are they going through? Like, what is something that what is, like, what do they got going on? Like, spark small conversation. They post something here and there. You could do some call, like, how's life going? What's going on in their life? Like, be there in some sort of way. I don't believe in you disappearing and you come back and everything's supposed to be the same. In the midst of you being gone, whether it be a day, 2 months, 3 years, I feel like people change, and that's okay. People do change, and the person that you knew me for, you're going to have to relearn me. Not everyone is willing to do that, but you're going to have to relearn me, and that's just that. When this lady looking at me, I feel like it's actually harmful for you to go into a relationship, whether it be platonic, romantic, familiar, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's harmful for you to go into a relationship, leaving somebody and coming back and expecting that same level, like coming back to that same degree. Like, there's a hindrance for growth, and there's a hindrance to be or evolve into someone else. Going back into that mindset that I was in, I no longer think the way I do while I was writing it, but going back into the mindset that I was in, I just felt like when it came to a lot of people, I was not pulling what they pulled on me. I didn't have to wait for people to ask me, am I okay? I'm going to check on you regardless. Why? Because I'm your friend. If I know quality time is our thing, let's make sure we on top of that. I didn't feel like I had to, like, all right, I got to nag you about this time. Because that's just what we do, like, when things just start changing. When it came down to me, it was never like that. That's the reason why I felt played, or I felt some type of way. And in the midst of me feeling played, I had to realize, like, I conditioned certain people to act the way they act towards me. Now that I look back on it, every time I actually needed help, I wouldn't ask for help. So it's like, and every time they ask me, did I need help, I'd be like, nah, I got it. So their perception of me, or the way that they view me, is like, oh, she's just the type of person that just does it on her own. And in their defense, it could be like, this is just who she is. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not trying to create excuses for myself or for them, but that's just the reality of the situation. Like, I buttered them up to the point where, like, I was always putting in the work, and I never made them put in no type of work. I was always doing everything on my own, and I never allowed them to help me. So when push came to shove and I was actually down bad where I couldn't do for myself, in their defense, how would they know to, like, this is the way to act? Because I was never being that transparent friend, or being human, like allowing myself to fall short in front of them, to know that, okay, get up on being a friend. Like, I got you in the good times. Like, when it's good times for real. But when it's bad times, how are they gonna know to show up? But back to my mindset, I showed you how I am as a friend, so why don't you like, do what you gotta do as a friend. Like, no matter what you had going on, or no matter how you was doing me, I still showed up for you, and I still kept my end of the bargain. But I feel like with me, you had your own conditions. When I'm not being the person that I've always been, then it's like, oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z. I had to realize conditions isn't always bad. Like, I went on this whole thing. Like, I went around asking people that were involved in the situation, and also people that weren't. I was just asking people, like, how do you feel about unconditional love? Like, what do you think? Unconditional, like, do you believe in it? Is it a real thing? In hindsight, I realized the reason why people have conditions to their love, or why they don't give their complete self in certain situations, it may be because of trauma. It may be because there's a certain level of greatness, for lack of better words. There's a certain level of greatness that they want to obtain in a relationship, and to get that, they have to receive a little something from you. And I don't know that I agreed with that at first, but now I realize, okay, that's understandable, because I do that too. Like, I'm just giving an example. One of my conditions or boundaries is for a person to show initiative. I promise you, if that person doesn't show an initiative, or doesn't show that they want to be there, then I'm out, type of thing. Like, I thought that would just go unsaid. Like, why are you dating, or why are you around somebody that you just nonchalant? The reason why I feel like that's the best way to go about it, because if you don't want to be there, and if you're showing me how you just don't care, type of thing, why would I put so much effort into what we got going on, and you clearly show me how or what I mean to you? When my conditions weren't met, I compromised, and that's something I realized I don't want to do again. The way I go about life, I have this character that I tap into. Like, I know how she shows up in the world. What does she do on a daily basis? How does she treat people? X, Y, Z. So with having that in mind, and going towards that goal, and being around people that didn't really feel like I meant much in their presence, not only did I compromise to the person I am, I compromised to my future, because that person don't even, like, the person I'm trying to be doesn't associate with that type of energy. With the person I was trying to become, this was the line, and I wasn't trying to go over the cliff, so I was getting super close to the cliff. I was getting as close to the line as I could to seem cool or be a likable person, going out my way, like extremely out my way, just for them to be like, oh, that wasn't enough anyways. To certain people, you just will never be. I had to learn to be fine with that. I'm not that to you, so I will go where my presence and my energy is appreciated. Things that I'm doing to reinvent myself is I have to go back in myself and realize, what do I really want out of life? What are the type of friends that I need? Like, what are the requirements that I need from my friends? People that I do plan to hold on to and keep going forward, how do I reintroduce myself to them? The things that I like, why do I like them? Am I doing it to keep up an image, or am I doing it because, like, I actually like to do it? And I actually got this book that was recommended by my therapist. It's called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. I promise you, y'all, this is a great read. If you're not into reading, get the audiobook or something. This is a great read. I'm not finished with it, but I'm like 3/4. I'm like almost finished. Probably like 2-3 chapters left. Amazing read. And another thing that I have is, I got this for my birthday. Any store like Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, what else? Office Depot, any type of store that has a stationery aisle, or like journals or whatever, you probably could find books that like has like mini questionnaires. I want to show y'all some of the stuff I wrote, because it got some names in it. Like, for example, this one right here, it says, what was it? about religion and how it played a part in you growing up and stuff. It has questions that make you dive deep into yourself and understanding yourself. I'm entering like a mini sabbatical. So for like the rest of the month of May, I'm really just relearning myself. Like I gotta start going on dates again with myself. I haven't done that in a minute. I don't remember the last time I went on a self date, but I'm gonna start going on dates again with myself. Forgive myself for putting myself through such situations where I knew people didn't care about me, but I put myself at risk and still did it anyway. Forgive myself for holding on to certain things and not allowing change. The same way I pay so much attention to my friends and knowing when they need help, wasn't able to see that in myself. I did everything but release. Like, I was going out doing this. I was just like, on go. Like, if it was anybody else, I probably would have been realized it. But one thing I realized about myself, when I'm on go and I'm like constantly on the move, like just ready to just jump into the next thing, I gotta realize I need to slow down. Like, what am I running away from? Yeah, I just have to take this time to myself, reevaluate like what I want and how I want to move forward. Bring God into the situation, like renew my desires and make sure that the things that I want align with what He wants for my life, type of thing. So after that sabbatical, I have a couple things planned. At the end of this month, I have like a picnic brunch type of thing with a group of people. We're going to be like doing vision boards, talking about basically what I'm talking about like now, reinventing ourselves for the second mark of the year, quarter two. That's a good idea. If you guys are watching this video and you have friends or family, if y'all want to do that with, I definitely say that's a good idea to do. Before June hits, so by the end of this month and before June hits, so y'all know how y'all want to tackle down the rest of the year. Another thing I want to do is stop being so reliant on other people. Like, of course, like I said, there's accountability of having friends and family and associates, all that stuff, and people playing their role. But also, I want to be me. Like, I want to do things with myself. Like, I don't always have to be with other people to have fun. I have a concert coming up. I have a whole bucket list. Like, I have a bucket list of things I want to do. I might invite some people to some, but if they're not able to make it or things turn up, I'm not going to be shy to do it myself. Like, I'm still going to live life. Last summer, I had a blast. Like, I went zip lining, ATV riding. I just did a whole bunch of stuff, and looking back at the memories and looking back at videos, I just had so much fun, and I just want to do it again. And I realized that's something about me. Like, I love quality time. I like spending time with friends, and also I like to experience things, trying new things and making memories. So that's something I want to do as well, as far as me moving into the summer. So we're doing sabbatical, then we're gonna have fun, and then we're gonna tackle our goals for the rest of the year. I hope whoever's watching this video, especially if you made it to this part of the video, that you learned something and you picked up on certain things that you can execute moving forward. I hope I said something that'll make you think and pick your brain a little bit. And yeah, that's all I had to say. That was my little rant. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any suggestions on me, like how to move forward, and any advice, y'all can DM me or put them in the comment section down below. Either way, it's fine with me. If you guys need somebody to talk to, or want to get my aspect on certain things, y'all can DM me as well. My socials will be in the description down below. Keep subscribing. I want to have more videos coming up. I'll probably vlog me completing my bucket list this summer and all that other jazz. If you have other videos ideas as well, anybody want to collab or do anything, y'all let me know. Thanks for watching.